were drawn. Southampton did win 2-0 here against Blackburn about a year ago at the start of last season, but were beaten 2-1 in the return in March. Both matches in the 22-23 campaign finished in a draw. So it will be Southampton to get us underway. In the traditional red and white, Blackburn Rovers in the changed all pink. So Southampton, one of the main challengers for promotion last season, prepare for their second home game of this campaign. Both teams taking the knee. And it is Rhianna Dean who gets the game underway for Southampton. Throw for Blackburn. Riglar with it. Two very different styles here. Blackburn Rovers playing with a back three and Tyler Toland protecting that as the deep-lying midfielder. Southampton with a traditional back four. Two holding midfielders and then three in behind Rhianna Dean, who leads the line. Touch off by Tara Bourne. Shifted across by Peake. Brought into the side today, Paige Peake in the centre of that defence. Here's Bourne. Helped on by Collette. And clipped towards the penalty area here. Rowe on the end of it, fizzes the ball across the 6-yard box. Blackburn still haven't got it away. And then driven just past the post. Decent effort from Freya Gregory. Good early pressure though from Southampton. Really solid performance at Sunderland last weekend. Needed to be patient though. It was 0-0 with 17 minutes to go, but then 2 goals from Dean and Pike in stoppage time saw Saints score 3 times in the last 17 minutes to pick up their first win of the season. 1-1 draw here with Bristol City, the side who came out of the WSL on opening weekend. Somewhat of a disadvantage not playing on the very opening weekend, something that Blackburn had to deal with, and then were beaten by London City Lionesses last Sunday 2-1. Southampton with the free kick, and they continue this early pressure. Gemma Purfield, the captain, across to take it with the left foot. And she's overhit that, just behind for a goal kick. Blackburn actually lost 8 games last season, which was 1 less than Southampton, despite finishing 2 places below them. Strange season for Saints, where they either won or lost. Tara Bourne back to the goalkeeper, Fran Stenson. Now Dugdale for Blackburn. Clipped away by Purfields. Through into the penalty area. Perfield with the initial header. Dugdale with the long throw for Blackburn. Now back with Hack, who plays it out to Taylor. Collette. Now here's Tara Bourne. Out to Perfield. Perfield switches it across to Bourne. It looks as though she's going to be the player to carry the ball out of the defence for Southampton. Now Perfield. Dean chasing after that one, but Ellie Hack is there to put it into touch. There's Gemma Perfield, and here's Bourne. Southampton continue to enjoy all the early possession. It's blocked off by Williams. Here's Collette for Southampton, picking up all the second balls early on here, the home team. Bourne again. Got their first win on the board at Sunderland. They'll be keen to get their first home win on the board. They are unbeaten here since a 3-1 loss to Manchester United in the FA Cup back in February. That was in the 5th round. Of course, United going on to win the competition. Ball over the top, almost catching out Southampton. Gathered in the end by Stenson. Sometimes that can happen when you're so much on the front foot as Saints have been. Better touch from Farrah Crompton and she would have been in. Perfield. Sliding that down the line, too much on it though. Remy Allen, the Southampton coach, will be delighted with the start that Southampton have made here, very much on the front foot. A club that turned professional only a couple of years ago in 2022 after they sealed promotion to the Championship with a 1-0 win against Wolves in the playoff. A decision that coincided with the choice to play their home matches here at St Mary's, the home ground of the men's team, now a Premier League club again. Here's Bourne to Collette. It's been absolutely hammering down with rain for most of the day in Southampton. It's cleared up a bit now though. Emma Taylor with the clearance for Blackburn, a throw for Southampton though. And they continue to be in firm control of this contest. On by Pete to Stenson. And the applause all around the stadium to mark the 1-year anniversary of the very tragic passing of Maddie Cusack, the former Sheffield United player who tragically took her own life last year. It's being marked all around the WSL and Women's Championship matches this weekend. Our thoughts, of course, with all her friends and family. Throw for Blackburn. Barely got out of their own half, in truth. Just that one moment for Farrah Crompton. Blackburn looking to take the quick free kick, but Gregory prevented it. Here's Wriggler. Back with Taylor. And now Bourne. Peake shifts it on to Purfield. Shifting the ball around well, Southampton. Blackburn finding it very difficult to get any kind of control of the ball in this opening 10 minutes. On by Bourne again. Touch back by Dean. Rihanna Dean, who's formerly won this division with Liverpool in the 21-22 season, the same time that Southampton were winning promotion to the Championship. Scored just the 4 goals last season for Southampton in 11 appearances. 2-2 this season. Bourne plays the ball forwards. That's going to be a goal kick for Blackburn. Taken short. Here's Luke. On by Toland. Bourne across, clears it away. Luke with the throw. And touch back by Pike. And now a bit of space on the far side here for Gregory. Wants the return. And now Purfields. Tara Bourne. Blackburn at the moment just happy just to sit in there behind the ball. Southampton, as expected, controlling the pace and tempo of the game. Here's Purfield. Rowe turned into trouble, and it's a free kick for Southampton. Amy Palmer over there, and she's going to swing this in. Fired into the edge of the area, but well dealt with by Toland. Shielding that back three from the set piece as well as in open play. Perffield. Helped it out towards Gregory. Pike made the run for her, but it's a throw anyway for Southampton. Freya Gregory on loan from Aston Villa. Noble. Being put under pressure, Noble. Good work from Kendall. Now Rowe holds it up. Ambitious long-range effort gathered by Brooks. Came out invitingly for Tara Bourne. Quite a way out to try and find the top corner, and it's a decent enough strike though. Enough time for Alexandra Brooks to get across and make the save. Goalkeeper who began her career with Manchester City, made 4 appearances for them before moving on to the likes of Sheffield United and Birmingham. Wasn't getting any game time though at Birmingham, and then made the move to Blackburn 4 years ago now. Out by Palmer. Gregory back to Perffield. And that's out of play for a throw for Blackburn. Almost voluntarily gave up their top flight status when they declined to submit an application to become an inaugural WSL club. And so as a result of that, found themselves out of the top flight when the WSL kicked off in 2011. There's Gregory. He's got the pace to take on Dugdale, although Dugdale did well. Stuck to the cause and dug in. Here's Noble. And Wriggler's clearance is charged down. Throw in for Blackburn. One positive for them is, despite the fact that Southampton have been utterly dominant, is that Alex Brooks hasn't had too much to do in the Rovers' goal. Shifted on by Crompton. She and Walters aren't getting too much service. An opportunity now, maybe. Through towards Walters. Here's Collett. And now Bourne. Freya Gregory. There's Kendall. Gregory again, the intended recipients. Well, Blackburn have survived the opening wave of Southampton pressure. It's controlled though by Hack. Dean taking it away from her and then was caught. Taylor. Played out by Hack towards Dugdale. Now back with Brooks. Emma Taylor. It's good pressing again from Southampton, working really hard off the ball when Blackburn have it. What possession they have had has been turned over pretty quickly because of the Southampton pressure, but that's a foul by Lucia Kendall. And a free kick for Blackburn, who are beginning to settle now. Tyler Tolan with the free kick. And they header on into the penalty area, coming to nothing for Blackburn. They've shown very little in terms of creativity in the opening 20 minutes here. One by Gregory. He played on the right in the win at Sunderland last weekend, but has switched to the left wing this afternoon. So a poor ball out from Tara Bourne. Then given away by Williams. And back by Kendall. And now Bourne to Paige Peake. 22-year-old Peake, who joined the club from Ipswich back in 2020. Side that Southampton's men's team were in action against here yesterday. Agonisingly drew 1-1 and denied their first win of the season. Well played by Luke. One by Taylor, one back by Kendall. Kendall and Palmer, the two holders in the centre of that Southampton midfield, get through some work, win the ball back and feed the likes of Rowe, Gregory, Pike and Dean. They do possess a real goal threat with those four, Southampton. Top flight experience in their forward line as well. Molly Pike spent 5 seasons in WSL before dropping into the Championship last season, where she scored 7 times in 22 games for Southampton. Here's Bourne. Rowan able to take it on. Collette chasing after that one. Well, they need to show more going forward, Blackburn, but I think they'll be relatively happy with how they've dealt with Southampton's goal threat. Carrying on from last season, they have won their last 2 away games, Blackburn. They won 4-1 at Reading and 3-1 at Sheffield United. Actually unbeaten in 3 away, including a 0-0 draw with Birmingham. 4-0 loss at promoted Crystal Palace in February is their only away defeat in the last 5, so they're well organised and difficult to break down. Southampton need to find a way through, and here's Megan Collette. On by Peake to Purfields. Touch back by Rowe. Switched across by Kendall. There's Tara Bourne. Purfields. No pressing here from Blackburn really as a team when Southampton have possession of the ball in their own half. It's only when they get deeper into Blackburn territory that the closing down starts. Made a really poor start against London City Lionesses last Sunday, Blackburn. They were 2-0 down inside 37 minutes before Crompton came on and pulled one back early in the second half. There's Rowe. Good run. Charging at the Blackburn defence. Rowe sends it into the centre. Header back in by Kendall. Blackburn struggling to get it away. It's come back to Rowe. Hits it first time. Here's Palmer. Now back with Gregory, who wants the return. Has overrun it though. And Wriggler clears it away for Blackburn. Well, that's got the crowd going a bit. It's even a little bit of sunshine trying to break through now. There's Tara Bourne. Header away by Wriggler, he's dug out. Gregory with the throw for Southampton. Here's Purfield. Back again to Bourne. Former Blackburn player, 6 appearances in the 21-22 season. There's Kendall. Whips the ball across Kendall. It wasn't a bad delivery either, just a bit too high for Dean, who was in there. Here's Gregory now, who returns the cross again. Kendall almost on the end of it. Collette it was who turned into trouble. Here's Palmer. Out to Gregory. Ball whipped into the penalty area. And then Bourne all the way back to Franz Stenson. Here's Purfields. Now Palmer. Still shifting the ball well, Southampton. In these kind of areas, it's just the inaccuracy of the final delivery that's letting them down at the moment. And preventing them from really breaking through this stubborn Blackburn defence. Toland. Way too much on that. Absolutely no chance for Farrah Crompton to get on the end of that one. And now Purfields. Now Palmer. Southampton trying to make their way through the centre. Taylor stepping in though and making the challenge on Kendall. This is Gregory. And that's overhit. And it's been a largely frustrating opening half an hour for Southampton. There's barely any margin for error, with only the champions earning a place in the WSL. A bit of a stumble and Dean pounces on it. The mistake from Wriggler. There's Rowe. Looking for Pike in the centre and well covered by Hack. Another corner for Southampton. After being gifted possession by Blackburn. It's taken short to Pike. Now Rowe. Pulled the trigger but well off target. And despite their dominance, Southampton have been largely restricted to efforts from outside the penalty area. Half an hour gone. Southampton 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. This is the first of 3 successive home games for Southampton. Take on Sheffield United next Sunday, and then it's London City Lionesses, the team that beat Blackburn last weekend on October the 3rd. Their next away day will be the South Coast Derby at Portsmouth. So Blackburn free kick. Opportunity then to get the likes of Hack forward. Tolan will drop back and cover. Taylor forward as well. Ellie Hack will deliver the set piece. Southampton trying to keep a high line as possible. Good 10 yards outside the edge of their own penalty area. Hack drives it in though towards the box. Not sure anybody got a touch on that, and the referee agreed. It's a goal kick for Southampton. Bourne with it. Southampton play their way out again. Kendall loses possession. Oh, they had a chance there, Blackburn. It was a lack of composure from Chloe Williams. Had the ball and had plenty of players forward. Williams misplacing the pass, and the opportunity had gone, and here's Tara Bourne again for Southampton. Kendall. There's Perfield. Now Peake. Again, as you can see, Blackburn happy for Southampton to have the ball. Well, they've got 11 players behind the ball. Refusing to be dragged out of position by the possession of Southampton. Peake to Perfield. It's got to be down to Southampton to find a way through. And by Peake. Now Kendall. Palmer trying to switch it across to Collette, who was forward. Here's Dean. Out to Gregory. Taking on Dugdale. Dugdale did well. And another Southampton corner. Amy Palmer going across to take it. Another in the Southampton team, along with Rihanna Dean, to have won the Women's Championship won it on 2 occasions with 2 different clubs. Manchester United in 2018-19, then again 4 years later with Bristol City. Takes the corner short to Pike. Out to the edge of the box, and the ball whipped goalwards, straight at Brooks. Not too dissimilar to the attempt that Peake had earlier on in the half. Oh, there's a terrible error, and it's a chance for Blackburn Rovers, and it is a gift of a goal for Blackburn Rovers, put away by Farrah Crompton. Well, the side that have created barely anything in the opening 35 minutes are the side who take the lead.
Number 7, Farrah Crompton.
Came off the bench to score against London City Lionesses last weekend, starting for the first time after a back injury. And that is a horrible mistake from Amy Palmer. And Farrah Crompton, with Fran Stenson stranded, knew exactly what to do. Cool finish from Crompton. Her second goal of the season. And it is Southampton 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. With 10 minutes of the first half remaining. Well, who would have seen that coming? They've been so dominant, Southampton. The one question mark, though, was the lack of really genuine chances that they've created for all their play. And all it took was a big mistake, and Crompton punished it. Here's Bourne. Now they really have their work cut out. Purfield. Well, Blackburn did draw 0-0 here in the season before last. And we're beaten 2-0 in the last campaign, so it is a rarity for Blackburn, a goal in the Championship at Southampton. Farrah Crompton has scored it, and the decision to put her back in the team by Simon Parker has borne fruit already. Held up well by Dean. On again by Bourne to Kendall. Spots the run of Gregory, who's in space. He's trying to fire it across for Molly Pike, who was the furthest forward for Southampton. Dean went to the front post. And Southampton keep up the pressure and have a corner. Palmer will go across. Six in there for Southampton. They'd love a response before half-time. Taking her time over this one, Palmer. Well, does deliver it. Wasn't a bad ball either. Southampton pick up the pieces. And delivery into the box from Peake. Now Dugdale gets it away. Gregory's throw to Palmer. Good run by Gregory. Crompton almost got a toe to that, but Purfield cut it out. There's Bourne. Crompton trying to find her partner Georgia Walters in attack. Now a chance for Southampton again to get on the front foot, and it was Rachel Rowe. Angle always against her. At the Welsh international, making just her third appearance for Southampton since joining from Rangers in the summer. Opportunity there to score her first goal for a new club. Palmer, Kendall, and this is Collette. One back by Toland. That was left short and Kendall stepped in. One back again by Noble. There's Walters. Very difficult for Walters and Crompton to link up as a front two for Blackburn in this first half. The service just hasn't been there. Best service she's had actually was from Amy Palmer before she scored the opening goal. Amazing how many times you see this at all levels of football. A team dominates but doesn't create the chances or take their chances, and then the team that's been up against it goes up the other end and scores, or is gifted a goal, as was the case here for Farrah Crompton. Now Southampton's difficult task has been made a whole lot harder. Here's Bourne. Purfield. They're going to frustrate a lot of teams, Blackburn, the way they've set up here in the first half. Walters. Southampton throw. Now Bourne. Collette. Cleared away by Hack. One back by Palmer. And here's Purfield. It's been Groundhog Day for Southampton in this first half. Attack after attack has been greeted by a brick wall that is Blackburn's defence. Here's Bourne. Again, a poor touch by Molly Pike this time. And once again, it breaks down in familiar territory for Southampton. Can rest assured Blackburn will take their time over this. Hack with the goal kick. Launched by Brooks. Picked up again by Palmer. Here's Collette. Palmer. Played in towards Dean. Well, they may allow Southampton to have the ball further up the field, but the minute it comes within 30 yards or so of the Blackburn goal, the tackles go flying in. Closing down starts. It's keeping the ball, though, that's Blackburn's problem when they do have it. Here's Taylor, heavy first touch. Just about kept it away from Pike. Launch forward towards Crompton, but a good header by Peake. Here's Kendall. And now Purfield into Bourne. Kendall. Held up by Tyler Toland. He really does a fine job in front of that Blackburn back three. It's been like a back six at times with Dugdale and Luke, the two wing backs, pretty much occupying the full-back positions. so far has negated the threat of Gregory and Pike on the wings. Palmer. Now Kendall fancies it. And the wrong side of the post, not a bad hit though. And again, a strike from distance. Got to find a way of getting closer and genuinely hurting Blackburn. It would take something special from there. Well wide by Kendall in the end. He hasn't scored since February in a 2-1 loss here to Crystal Palace last season.
The fourth official has indicated there will be
A minute to be added on
1 minute
at the end of this first half. What has been a largely frustrating first half for Southampton. Given how much of the ball they've had, Alexandra Brooks hasn't really had a save to make. Here's Peake. Now Bourne. Collette, who's spent plenty of time forward on this right-hand side, the Southampton right back. Here's Purfield, the captain. Out to Gregory. It's been kept at bay by a combination of Dugdale and Wriglar. And by Bourne. And again, all avenues closed off by Blackburn's organisation. And that's the end of what has been a really frustrating first half for Southampton, who have had all the ball, all the play, set the tempo of the game, but really weren't creating enough. And then Blackburn, after a mistake from Palmer, seeing the ball fall to Farrah Crompton, who, as she did last weekend, finished the ball into the back of the net for her second of the season. And at half-time here it is Southampton 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. Thanks to Farrah Crompton's second goal of the season, 10 minutes before half-time after a mistake from Amy Palmer. Gifted the Blackburn Rovers a free shot on goal, basically, with Fran Stenson stranded. And after a losing start at home to London City Lionesses, chance here for Blackburn to get their first points on the board. So the second half underway. Purfield with the header out for Southampton. There's Rowe. Problem for Southampton, when they've had the ball in the final 40-30 yards of the pitch, they just get crowded out by the sheer numbers that Blackburn have available. And now Blackburn have a player down here. In the opening 40 seconds of the second half, it's Ellie Noble who's down, central midfielder for Blackburn. So the only goal of the game so far, scored by Farrah Crompton. Remember, came off the bench to get Blackburn back into the game when they were 2-0 down against London City. But what an awful moment for Amy Palmer, who's been busy in the midfield for Southampton. The header back, gifting the goal to Farrah Crompton, who was just left with the simple task, really, of lifting the ball over Fran Stenson and into the net. What a start to the season she's made since recovering from that back injury. It is a free kick to Blackburn. Ellie Noble's treatment continuing on the sidelines. Launched by Brooks. And now Noble is back into the action for Blackburn. It's Toland. Clip forward, but miscontrol by Georgia Walters, who's found it difficult to have too much impact in the game. Hasn't seen a great deal of the ball. The 31-year-old Welsh forward, 5 caps for Wales. Sheffield United for a couple of seasons before joining Blackburn 2 years ago. Formerly of Liverpool. So second spell at Blackburn, returned to the club after those 3 years away on Merseyside and in Yorkshire. Palmer's header. Kendall, in fact, with the header. Collett with the throw. There's Pike. Looking to take on Taylor and has got the pace. Taylor had the determination though and got back to her, and it's a Southampton corner. Good work from Molly Pike, who is an England under-23 international. On the score sheet in that 3-0 win at Sunderland last weekend for her first goal of the season. Scored 7 in the last campaign. Player who joined from Leicester before the start of last season. So just a second campaign for Southampton, Molly Pike. Plenty of height on that delivery. It's a solid header away though by Ellie Hack. Only to Palmer on the edge of the box. Gregory trying to weave her way through, and now Blackburn away on the counter with Georgia Walters. Came up with the ball initially before Southampton got it away. Well, they need to come up with something different in this second half, Southampton. All too predictable what they produced in the first half, and Blackburn found it mightily easy to defend against. One by Luke towards Noble. Now Bourne. Paige Peak. And Gemma Purfield. Bourne. Does tend to be the defender that brings the ball out. There is Ellie Hack, who has been the rock at the centre of that back three for Blackburn. Barely anything has got past the Blackburn Rovers number 6. There's Purfield. Another chase on here for Crompton. Walters trying to get up in support. Very fortunate to get the ball back here, Crompton. And he's happy just to see it out for a throw for Blackburn. Haven't managed to build up a head of steam yet in the opening minutes of this second half, Southampton. Blackburn throw. Wriggler tries to get some distance on it. Palmer flicking the ball, but only played it back into our own penalty area. Made a bit of a meal of getting that clear, Southampton. In the end, Gregory launches it forwards. Good touch by Dean, was caught by Hack. And the referee had a good think about it before deciding it was a free kick to Southampton. I think she's saying there that she just wanted to see if there was any advantage, and there was none. Purfield. And now Peak. Purfield just looking for the ball down the channel towards Gregory. Well cut out though. Now Luke. Williams. had the out ball. Riggler wins the throw. I think it'll be too long before Remy Allen thinks about some changes. First season in charge, took over in July after his short-term contract expired at London City Lionesses. His peak. Ball forward towards Dean. Some of the sunshine does finally break through the clouds. Here's Palmer. Dean trying to get on to the end of that, but it's well defended by Dugdale. I reckon she'll give it to about the hour mark, Remy Allen, before looking at some changes. Touch by Palmer. Here's Peake. Now Purfield. And by Bourne. No space for Gregory. Backing up, Dugdale lifts it to the back post. And it was just too high for Collett and Dean, who were both in there for Southampton. Hasn't really been able to get beyond Dugdale or Riggler to the byline or into the penalty area, so crossed early this time, Gregory, and it was to good effect. Minutes gone, second half. Still Blackburn lead by that Farrah Crompton goal to 0. Launched by Brooks, but too much on it. She was under pressure, in fairness. Gregory's throw. Now Purfield. Tara Bourne. Carries the ball out well, Tara Bourne, but the final ball has been lacking somewhat today. Purfield. Now Palmer. Collett. Now into Rowe. This is Dean. No under pressure, but did well. Now out to the wing, and the ball fired across. Did it take a deflection, or has it just gone straight out for a goal kick from Molly Pike? Player who learned her trade in the Chelsea youth team. Began her senior career with Everton. She was going for goal, but it was well off the mark. Peake was just looking to clear that away into touch, but didn't get hold of it particularly well, and then does win the throw off Crompton. Remarkable really from Blackburn. They've created precious little in the game, let's be honest. And yet here they are defending a single goal lead. Southampton, if anything, not enjoying quite as much dominance as they did in the first half. Wriggler throws it into the box. The header back towards Williams. Free kick given against the Blackburn midfielder. And on by Stenson to Tara Bourne. Kendall. Now Bourne to Paige Peake. Purfield. Again, a succession of passes to go nowhere for Southampton. Back with Purfield again. Now Bourne. Into Palmer. Kendall. Shifts it on one more to Collette. Went too early with the delivery this time though. Noble helping it on. Southampton have it back. And the pattern of the game continues. Here's Purfield. Remy Allen will be looking along her bench to see who can come on and change this for Southampton. They certainly need a spark in that final third. Given away by Dugdale. On by Palmer. Touch from Rowe, gets it back again. Bit of space now to try and work some magic. Rowe, fed across by Collette. What a chance for Molly Pike. But that was much more like it from Southampton. Terrific play. Megan Collette, the right back, getting up to help the attack and very nearly putting it on a plate for Pike. Rowe with a bit of space, fed Collette, and what about the challenge by Grace Wriggler? Otherwise it would have been a tap-in. And the final touch off the Southampton player as well, so it's a added bonus of a goal kick for Blackburn. And a change for Blackburn Rovers. Farrah Crompton is going off, the goal scorer. And that will be a worry. She's been suffering with a back injury and she's walking off very gingerly, having come back with a couple of goals. And she will be replaced by the player that she replaced in the starting 11, Maria Edwards. So the 21-year-old striker on. Straight swap for Crompton. But that is a concerning loss for Blackburn. We'll just be hoping that it's a bit of a tweak and nothing more serious for Crompton. Touch off by Gregory. Making her way into the corner. Can't get the better of Dugdale. Shows how important Crompton is. They've scored 2 goals so far this season. Blackburn, and Farrah Crompton, the player who's just gone off, has scored both. Still no movement from Remy Allen though on the Southampton bench. Simon Parker, the Blackburn manager, forced to react first. Wriggler Now Walters. Peek across. Oh, lovely feet by Walters. Digs out the cross. Southampton have enough back there to deal with it though. Space for Luke. Kendall back to the goalkeeper and Stenson clears. And the worry for Southampton is it's becoming more and more disjointed as the half wears on. Unfortunate not to be level though, but that was down to the brilliant defending of Grace Wrigler to deny Molly Pike what would have been a tap-in after some fabulous play from Rowe and Collette to set up the chance. There's Peak. Now Bourne. This is the trouble. 3 or 4 passes and then they end up back where they were, Southampton. Here's Bourne. Peak to Purfield. Just trying to switch the play up to this near side now, but back it goes again to Tara Bourne. Kendall. Simon Parker really has this side so well drilled. It's his second season in charge of Blackburn, took over in July of 2023. Former manager of Lewis between 2020 and 2021. And now a problem for Fran Stenson, the Southampton goalkeeper. Well, that really is unfortunate. She hasn't had a great deal to do. Well, Southampton with a big chance to level the game not too long ago. Molly Pike unable to finish off this chance. It was lovely play from Rowe. Collette getting forward, pulled it back, and that looked like a tap-in, but what a challenge from Grace Wrigler. Celebrated it like a goal, and why not? It was worth one. Well, there's an injury. Remy Allen taking the opportunity to get into her team. A side that have largely dominated the ball, but have been unable to find a way through this really well-drilled and stubborn Blackburn Rovers defence. It's a style of play that will work well for them away from home. Different, of course, on their own patch, as they found out last Sunday, beaten by London Lionesses. Got a couple of home games to come as well against Charlton next weekend, one of the sides expected to challenge for promotion, and then Durham. 2 really tough games for Blackburn Rovers. It's the first of 3 potential tough games, but as it stands, heading for 3 points. If they can keep Southampton at bay for the remaining 24 minutes. Purfield then with the throw for Southampton. Here's Peak. Now Collette. Reached away by Toland. Paige Peak. Looking to run forward with it. The only option really though was Kendall. Here's Collette. Kendall back to Bourne. So many passes have gone between the two centre-backs and the back four in general for Southampton. Blackburn won't mind that. Here's Palmer. In towards Dean. Shifted out by Palmer again to Perfield. Not the best ball to Gregory, gave a little chance really of making anything of it. And another spell of Southampton possession comes to nothing. Still no movement from Remy Allen with regards to substitution. She was very animated in that impromptu team talk at the side of the pitch. Southampton's start to the season will look very different if they are beaten here. A win and a draw from their opening two was a solid return, but a win, a draw and a loss is a whole different thing from your opening three. Here's Dean. Tara Bourne switches the play up again to Perfield. They probe one side, then the other, Southampton. Now a chance maybe. Here's Rowe, trying to go on the outside, fizzes it across. And Riglar was there again to clear. You get past one, there's a second there for Blackburn. You get past the second, there's a third there. It's been the constant narrative throughout this game for Southampton. Good work from Rowe. Pike on her heels in the middle. Grace Rigler, far from it, was there to clear. Heading towards the last 20 minutes. Now this would have been frustrating enough for Southampton if the score was still 0-0, but the fact they're a goal down makes it doubly difficult. Here's Peake. Now Bourne. Back with Bourne again, here's Peake. Perfield. Cut out by Hack. And that's a pretty painful one. Straight into the face from close quarters. Amy Palmer, the player down. It's not been her day today, has it? It was her misjudgment that gifted Farrah Crompton the opening goal. Every time there's a stoppage like this, Simon Parker gets his players across for more instructions. His game plan is working perfectly. It's not the most exciting to watch, but it may well result in 3 points if they can keep on doing what they've been doing for the remaining 19 minutes or so. Let's be honest, there's been practically zero goal threat from Blackburn in open play. If they hadn't been gifted that goal, it was very difficult to see where one was coming from. Maria Edwards, who came on for the injured goal scorer Farrah Crompton, has barely seen the ball. Couple of stoppages though, which may work for Southampton. There'll be a fair bit of time added on, you imagine. Palmer back on her feet again. Referee with the ball in hand. Be an uncontested drop ball as it is these days. One of the days where the ball was dropped in between two players and they'd kick barrels out of each other. Almost forget the ball was there sometimes. Purfield back to Peak. Now Bourne. Touch off from Dean. Now Collette, who is a threat when she gets forward on the right-hand side. Just ran into Hannah Luke this time though. Collette looking to swing the cross in. That will be a corner for Southampton. Megan Collette will take it. In fact, it's Gemma Purfield who's gone across the left back to swing it in with the left foot. Good delivery by Collette. And win the initial first header and then the second clearance as well. And the whistle has gone because Blackburn have a player down inside the 6-yard box. "16 minutes to go. Southampton still wondering how they are going to break through. Hannah Luke back on her feet again. Williams has worked hard in the centre of that midfield. Remember, this is only Blackburn's second game of the season. Had the opening weekend off. 11 teams in this division this season, so just 5 matches a weekend and 1 team spare. They were spare for the opening weekend, so playing a bit of catch-up. 3 points here would go a long way towards them catching up. Tough start to the season with London City Lionesses, followed by this game and then Charlton and Durham. You can really see where they are after their opening 4. So drop ball for Palmer. Back underway with Southampton possession, but it doesn't last long. Forward by Luke. And a Blackburn throw. Taking their time over every dead ball, Blackburn. Lauren Whiteman has been pretty patient so far, actually, the referee. Collette trying to win the ball back, wins the throw. And look how much quicker the ball is returned to the action when it's a Southampton dead ball. Here's Purfield. Into Dean. Now back to Rowe. Immediately pounced upon by 2 Blackburn players. Launched by Brooks. Bourne wins it from Noble. Here's Peak, out to Purfield. Amazed really that Remy Allen has left it this long to try and shake things up for Southampton. Purfield. Well, Gregory felt she was being impeded there. That was the player that went into the advertising hoardings. Well, now Blackburn have players down all over the place here. I think Blackburn are preparing another couple of changes.
Substitution for Blackburn Rovers. Coming off, number 18, Grace Wriggler. And Grace is to be replaced by number 20.
Grace Wriggler being replaced then. She certainly played her part this afternoon. That wonderful challenge where Molly Pike seemed destined to equalise. Eva Clarkson replaces her. And Ellie Noble, who also took a knock in the midfield. She's been replaced by Jemima Dahu. Dahu, a 19-year-old midfielder, making her second appearance for Blackburn, joined the club from Manchester City, where she's made just the one appearance. She does hold a dual registration, though, with Manchester City. Her second season, though, with Blackburn. 13 appearances last season, 1 goal. She's on with 10 minutes to go. So Blackburn leading. Could be expensive, though, in terms of injuries. Saw Crompton hobble off. Noble took a knock and has now been replaced by Dahu. Here's Rowe. Out by Kendall, but it was telegraphed and Hannah Luke cut it out. Here's Bourne. And Paige Peak. Rachel Rowe. It's got Blackburn backing up here, Rowe, but again surrounded by pink jerseys and nowhere to go. There's an out ball now to Collette. Taylor sticking with her. Collette digs the cross out really well. Hooked away initially. Now Purfield. Another cross into the danger zone. Blackburn get it away, but it's fallen for Kendall, who shoots, but the boot was high. And the referee whistles for dangerous play. And you can rest assured that Blackburn will milk the time here. Brave defending. And took a kick to the face for a trouble. Now is there finally some movement down on the Southampton bench. Emma Thompson is a young forward. And it's Rihanna Dean who makes way.
Substitution for Southampton.
A couple of goals last weekend at Sunderland. It has been pretty much blunted today by Blackburn's rigid defence.
And Rihanna is replaced by number 16, Emma Thompson.
And Emma Thompson is on. Former Chelsea youth team player, played for Lewis up till 2023, 19 appearances for them. Scored 3 goals in 9 games for Southampton last season in the Championship, so 1 in 3, not a bad return. and is now featured in all 3 championship games for Southampton this season. And one positive for Southampton will be that there will be plenty of time to be added on. So many stoppages in this second half, mainly for Blackburn, although Amy Palmer took the ball to the face as well for Southampton. Dugdale back on her feet, holding a chin there. She did take a rare old whack. They've certainly put their bodies on the line, the Blackburn defenders, thrown themselves in front of things, and Grace Wriggler certainly has clearance of the day when she blocked that Molly Pike effort. The ultimate in last-ditch defending, really. And that could have changed the momentum of the whole game had Southampton scored then. They didn't, and they've not created a great deal since. Perfield back to Stenson. He seems to have recovered okay. That was another stoppage, wasn't it, when Stenson received treatment, the Southampton goalkeeper. He's certainly not been the busiest player out there. Options now, maybe. Fullback fed into the box towards Thompson. Pike was behind her. Work again by Megan Collett. Thompson went front post. Pike trying to get on the end of it. Heading towards the final 5 minutes. But there must easily be that again in terms of stoppage time. Palmer's header. Southampton throw. Perfield into Peak. Now Tara Bourne. Walters half-heartedly across to try and close it out. The out ball to Collett. Rowe turns away. Out to Perfield. Gregory gave her an option down the line, but goes back instead to Rachel Rowe. And then gives the ball away. And Walters frustrated there that the ball wasn't played to her feet. Ball coming back at Blackburn as quickly as they clear it away. Gregory. Now Palmer. And the ball almost deflected through. Needed a bit of luck, Southampton. They haven't had a great deal of that this afternoon. Peak. Here's Perfield. Oh, sends the ball in towards the penalty spot, but nobody up there for Southampton. Extraordinary, really. They're chasing a goal. No point in delivering the ball early into the box, which in truth Southampton haven't done enough of today. If nobody's in there.
Substitution for Blackburn Rovers, coming off number 12, Rachel Dugdale.
So Rachel Dugdale is replaced by Mary Settle. Four changes now for Blackburn. Ellie Hack with the goal kick. It's a dreadful goal kick as well, but Gregory unable to take it down, and Return it straight at Blackburn. Collette. I think that went out of play, didn't it? Yeah, it did. It's a throw for Blackburn.
Today's attendance is 2,643. Thank you so much for your incredible support.
2,643, the official attendance for today's championship game between Southampton and Blackburn. Goal kick for Southampton. There seemed little interest there in Blackburn in trying to score a second goal. It was just a case of get the ball out of play and get back into position. Purfield. It's the likes of Charlton and Durham unlikely to come here and play like this, but those sides who Southampton would expect to beat here certainly have the blueprint of what to do at St Mary's from Blackburn's performance here. It's another overhit ball towards Rachel Rowe, and it's another goal kick for Blackburn Rovers. Whether or not other sides can execute it in such a disciplined fashion as Blackburn Rovers have here this afternoon remains to be seen. Header from Peake. And another one from Kendall. Gregory battling for the ball but loses it. And now Luke. Nobody really up there showing any interest for Blackburn. Walters and Edwards getting back now into formation. Collette. That's a better ball in. And a header from Hack. Well, 13 minutes, and that's no surprise at all, given how many substitutions we've had, and what a boost that is for Southampton. Still nearly quarter of an hour to go. And that should lift the spirits. Here's Collette. Into the side netting. Was there a deflection on the way across? No, indeed not. It's a goal kick for Blackburn. I imagine this is one of those games where Remy Allen is going to sit her side down and force them to watch it again and again and try and work out what they need to do when teams set up a low block like Blackburn have. Because let's be honest, they've been largely bereft of ideas. Here's Gregory though. They're relying on a bit of individual magic now, I think, or a Blackburn mistake. Purfield gets the cross in, chested down to the edge of the box and hit by Pike. Deflected on its way through. Southampton do have a corner. And they still have 11 minutes to go. Corner swung in into a dangerous area, but how many times have we seen Taylor or Hack get the head to the ball first? This one back by the substitute, Dahu. And then lost just as quickly. Purfield. Palmer. Sends the cross in. Palmer, it's a free header. On the wrong side of the post from Freya Gregory. Lucia Kendall, in fact, it was on the end of the delivery. Forward by Brooks. Southampton winning the ball back in the middle again. It's going to be a free kick for the challenge on Amy Palmer. Opportunity though for Southampton to put Blackburn under more pressure. They have defended so well throughout this contest, the away side. Purfield over this, Palmer there as well. Blackburn holding a high line as possible here to defend this set piece. Palmer will feed this in. Once again, it's a Blackburn head on the end of it. On by Rowe, but once again Blackburn close ranks and get it away. Collette into the box. Taylor with the header out this time, and then Ellie Hack. And the flag up. Hack took a bit of a knock there and putting her head in to get it away. And it's a free kick to Blackburn Rovers, and they eat up more valuable seconds here. Alexandra Brooks waving everybody forwards. Header dropping here for Chloe Williams. Almost picked up by Walters. And this is Bourne. Out to Collette. Gemma Purfield in space here. So much of this from Southampton. Possession that hasn't really hurt Blackburn Rovers throughout this contest. It's Kendall. Forward again by Bourne. Now Rowe looking to get the cross in. Luke did well to block it. Blackburn get it away up towards Georgia Walters. It doesn't stick though. It's back with Palmer. Kendall. Now Rowe again. Switched into Palmer. Purfield in space once more. Now Megan Collette. Rides the first challenge. And that will be a free kick to Southampton. In a useful position. Now they've got options here. Gemma Purfield with the left foot. Amy Palmer walking across as well. It's the wrong side for her though if she wants a direct shot at goal. Purfield would have to be favourite. Haven't made best use of their set pieces today, Southampton. Purfield may well fancy this. Just two players in the Blackburn wall. As Brooks gets the rest of her defence organised. And it's played straight into the wall by Purfield. It was a disappointing free kick. Not for the first time. Here's Palmer. There's no time in sending that one forward. Over the head of Taylor. And Blackburn look to bring it away. Chance now for Walters to relieve a bit of the pressure. He's run that into touch though, and Southampton have the ball back immediately. It's been the story of the match. But Blackburn with that precious lead from Farrah Crompton's goal. Just 10 minutes before half-time. Purfield. Now Kendall. Everything that Southampton have tried this afternoon has come up short. Terrific away performance from Blackburn. Collette. Shifted on by Peake. And a chance to break here maybe for Blackburn with Walters. Opportunity here maybe for Blackburn. They've got some bodies forward. Here's Dahu. Blocked away though by Peake, and now the counter is on. Rachel Rowe. Oh, forced backwards, and that will frustrate the home supporters. Well, they finally caught Blackburn with players up the field and then took the decision to go backwards and lose all that momentum. Header by Kendall. Anywhere will do for Blackburn. Peake. Now Purfields. And by Bourne. I think we could be here all season. And Southampton would struggle to find a way through. Amy Palmer over this. Six forward for Southampton. Purfield took the last one from this position. It's going to be Palmer this time. Different approach with the right foot. Same result though, straight into the wall. Chance here maybe to deliver the ball across though from Rowe. It's a corner for Southampton. Blackburn looking impermeable. There's Palmer. Oops, the cross in and gathered by Brooks. Well, we had a late goal here yesterday in the Premier League for the away side. Can the home side grab a late equaliser on this occasion? Southampton throw. They are running out of time. Bourne. Here's Purfields. Peake. Oh, it was a lovely ball, switched out to Freya Gregory, a difficult one to control in fairness to her. Had she controlled it, the momentum would have taken her past her marker and she may well have been in to cross, but that's the way it's been going this afternoon for Southampton. Nothing really has come off for them. Collette's throw. Kendall back to Peake. Here's Bourne. Forward by Collette. Now covered by Clarkson. Fed into the box again, once more Blackburn clear, but here's Gregory. And by Palmer, trying to pick her way through. Nice little touch by Kendall, pull back towards Kendall, she can't get there. The whistle had gone though, before Thompson slammed the ball into the back of the net. And that just sums up Southampton's afternoon really. The flag was up for offside. Goal kick for Blackburn. Peak. Short for Bourne. Here's Edwards. Free kick. But no time to take it. And Blackburn Rovers have their first win of the season. A really frustrating afternoon for Southampton, who largely dominated possession of the ball, but Blackburn were well organised. And the home team frustrated throughout the afternoon. They didn't create a great deal either, Blackburn Rovers. The only goal of the game was a gift after an Amy Palmer mistake for Farrah Crompton, who just lobbed the ball over Fran Stenson for what turned out to be the winning goal. 2 goals in as many games for her. The only concern will be that she went off injured during the second half for Blackburn, but she looks happy enough now. And Southampton beaten at St Mary's for the first time since February. It's finished Southampton 0, Blackburn Rovers 1.